So Adepts of the Sun is a new project that I made, and I started writing this music I think around about 6 to 8 months ago. And today is the first time that we play, so very excited about that. And I had the luck and the chance to bring with me two musicians from Italy, Davide Savarese and Ventura, which are, I don't know, it's kind of a big thing for me because they inspired me a lot when I was younger and doing things. And it's kind of the first time that I have the chance to bring them in my own project, even if we worked already in the past together. And yeah, so we're gonna play 5 songs, and it's full of electronics, of sampling, on looping sequences, and the idea was trying to blend improvised parts together with this kind of electronic mood, which is harder to put as freely as when you play your instrument. So more or less that's it. I mean, I'm really happy that they made it, and I think there weren't so many other players that I knew that could have done this kind of work in 2 days, you know, coming from a different place and rehearsing twice and go for the live show. There are also 2 featuring artists, yeah, Conte and Diana Zabar. I hope the last name is good enough. And yeah, Fen is gonna sing on one song I wrote together with Gita Buhari, actually. And Diana is gonna play the flute. She's subbing for Fanny Zahar. She was also supposed to fly in, but she's super busy, so she couldn't make this one. But I'm really happy with Diana. She's amazing. And yeah, great fight. So this is the third project that I start of my own. Actually, it's the second, literally, but I started another thing a while ago, and it was playing and writing a bit, arranging also for this singer RBSN from Italy. And that's where the first time that I've played with Davide and Benjamin that I chose for the trio. And so that was my, let's say, first experience. Then I started a new band when I arrived here called Antares Flair, and it was kind of a thing that came out of my jazz study and passion for jazz music, even if there is already a bit of synths and electronics in it. But I started a new project I joined the project from Rome. It's called Sinnerman, and that gave me a lot of insight and knowledge on electronics, on live electronics, how to blend live music and live electronics. And so at one point, it's been a while that I play with these two now mainly, and I write for them, and they are kind of on a, how do you say, like the bands are both rolling, no? Like it's kind of an autopilot thing. Now we know how we work together. We did already a few records, and so I felt like it was time to do something new. And I always had in mind this thing of, yeah, this kind of blend of jazz and electronics, but I felt that I didn't have enough knowledge in electronics yet. And now, thanks to Sinnerman and especially Dario Castelli, I would say, the leader of the band, I got some new insight and I started writing, and all of a sudden it was all fitting together, you know, like somehow this sound that I managed to put in the pre-prods, in the demos I was making, it felt to me like, like something where all the parts that I always liked into music came together, while before it was always like cutting a share of it, no? So yeah, I'm really excited and looking forward to the new things with the band. So maybe I would pick 3 words I thought of: dark, dub, and rituality. And the dark part is that it's kind of within the sound of the thing. It wasn't planned, like I wasn't planning to do something dark. It just came out as that. I feel it relates a bit to the place where I come from, Rome. It's a place with a lot of, how do you say, like extremes, no? The the structure of the city doesn't really work, but at the same time, it's also one of the most beautiful places I've ever saw. And so within the Roman people, you develop this kind of irony, of like making fun of this darkness, that is laying there. And I don't know, I think it came out of that, of the place where I grew up. And another thing is it's more personal. I've not always been in an amazing place with my mental health. So I think that felt into it anyway, even if when I started writing this music, I was already coming out of a long process through therapy and meditation and several different tools that helped me to get out of that mental space. And another thing that I think it's also unconsciously involved in it is that since 2020, the world we live in is in a very specific place, Like it's incredible how many things are happening around the world that are not pleasant, and I don't know, it feels like it's a very peculiar moment in history, especially to when you are part of it, and also the succession of all these negative events, to keep it not too political. I guess it also influenced me in a way, even if I didn't have the goal to express it in the music. I guess it was just part of it, came out like that. And the dub part is less of a cultural thing, it's more of just specifically musicality thing that I discovered together with Sinnerman. From there I started listening to bands like Holy Tongue or Sons of Kemet, or this kind of dubbed influenced music, Massive Attack. I knew them from before, but I kind of rediscovered them, And it's more about, I love the way how jazz, dub, and electronics works together. I'm not sure why, but to me, it's a sound that I feel really relatable with. The rituality is maybe more part of the concept of the band, but I guess it lays in the looping and repeating part of the music. There is part of it that is constantly turning on itself, and it gives you this, rituality atmosphere, I guess. I'm not fully committed to the concept, let's say, of the project, which is like I was saying before, it's about the rituality and the idea that nowadays, or at least in Europe, there's not like it's something that kind of disappeared through the years, because of the religions and. But I feel that nowadays it's been a while, but lately more and more, religion kind of lost his main grasp, on the majority of the Western people, Western societies. And I think that it's a bit weird and just off that the rituality didn't come back. And we still see as the rituals as something that relates to religion, to gods, to cults, or weird people doing weird things in weird places, I guess. But it's not like that, and it didn't used to be like that before the church. And I think the importance of the rituality, the importance that it had before in the society back then, it was to be in contact with some feelings and emotions that we don't like to look at or to stay with. And very often, the rituality was something that would give space to that and would allow you to stay with it, stay with your sadness and not being scared of it, knowing that everybody has those feelings and it's pointless to avoid them, I think, or to put them behind the back door of our head, because then they grow bigger and bigger and we don't know them, we don't know how to treat them, and it gets harder and harder. And I had this feeling, I still have it also sometimes, that in the society or in my daily life at least, it's not so. Sometimes it feels like you're not allowed to express your sadness because you're a bummer, no, or it breaks the vibe, and nobody wants to hear about that. And I think music especially has this kind of magic to, or the, yeah, it gives us the chance to sit in that space in together with other people, no, in a way that is not also too direct, so you can choose how much you want to deal with that side, no. And yeah, so this was what came to my head while I was writing the music, and something I would like to develop with it. But I still have to see, I still have to research a bit the topic. And the name, I thought about the word Adepts. I think originally the idea was Sons of the Sun, but then there was already a band called like that, and it's kind of a cliche. I saw that there are many bands like it. And Adepts, I think it's one of those words that is immediately related to a cult or a religion or a sept. And I think maybe doing it in a band that doesn't have any relationship with that kind of thing, no, it's completely the opposite. It might demystifying the term itself. Let's see if it works. I think the next step, so far I've written 5 songs, and in January I'm already looking forward. I have some times to dive in and write 5 more. So I guess our next big thing is gonna be the recording, the recording of the first LP, let's say. And I'm still doubting on how to do it, but I would love also to implement it, like to record it as a live show, like this, for example, no? And I would like to implement the whole thing with mm, some figures on stage, some things that we put on stage to draw the attention out from us, so that kind of we become kind of a part of the show itself, no? Like most of the times when you see a concert, there is a gap between the crowd and the stage and the people that are performing. And I've been thinking and trying to look for ways to reduce this gap, no? And as well with the figures and things that I would like to add, I think one of the next thing I'm gonna start to work on is the visual identity of the band. I still didn't find a graphic designer that I like enough or that matched my idea of the music. And yeah, so mainly these 2 things. Yeah, let's see where it's gonna end up. No, I would like to thank you guys and everybody that made it possible, the studio, the performance, the featuring artist, Stepping Into Tomorrow, Amarte, yeah, all the people that take part to this, and I'm really grateful to be part of.